What is going on, everyone? My name is Jeremy, and to anyone new to my channel, which most of you are, I am so thrilled to introduce my first official YouTube video. Anyway, yes, while my channel is mostly centered around art, I do plan on filming some vlogs here and there, but a main portion of the content I upload will mainly stick to just art. I will do reviews on art materials and perhaps do a collab or two, but it all really depends on my scheduling, to which I'll try to post at my earliest convenience. But to clue you in, these videos are mainly for fun and by no means are meant to be professional. Really, speed paint vids such as this are meant to be chill and relaxing. So in this vid, I'll try and cover some tips and tricks on how I conjure up my digital artwork, as well as let you get to know me. Also, I'd like to apologize if the quality is a bit shaky or if the screen seems to appear frozen at times. I can assure you it is not frozen. The cursor is just very small, therefore it appears, or should I say disappears, on and off, and it jumps around, which I am trying to fix. Therefore, you may not always get to register what's going on in the painting, but I mean, that's okay. But if anything, you can just focus on the sound of my voice as I try to multitask, drawing and talking your ear off at the same time. Also, given it is my first time doing this, I am in fact reading off a script. Apologies in advance if it sounds forced or choppy, so without further ado, grab your coffee or whatever you like and let's dive right in. So yeah, what you see me utilizing here is none other than Adobe Photoshop. Onto the drawing itself, I typically start off every drawing on a Photoshop canvas size of about 18 by 12 inches, which translates to 360 ppi. But this particular canvas size is overall a perfect size for when I go to render. Not to mention the sizing fits the dimensions of the Instagram proportions. I can also fit in many a good detail when I go to zoom in, without the quality of it coming out all pixelated. I'd like to point out that I'm not really one to sketch out a drawing in the way that most digital artists start their work. And what I mean by that is my process generally dives straight into the piece head on without hesitation. I start out by layering a base color down. I then later on top off that base color with the same color but a different gradient, if that makes any sense. I just build the face up from there, and I don't really worry about making a sketch look all polished and neat just yet. I know my process may be a bit confusing, but I'm sure it'll make sense the more I post. So this piece I'm currently working on is a Monster Mash drawing of sorts. Even though we're nowhere near spooky season, I still figured it would be fun to kind of ignite my love for, all things Halloween and showcase it here. If you're familiar with my Instagram page, you're probably aware of the many drawings I do of me and my friends. I typically draw us in fun scenarios in which we'll roleplay as some character or we'll expedite on some misadventure to some distant land. I believe last time I drew us all together, I drew us in the style of the Rowdy Rough Boys, the counterparts to the Powerpuff Girls, and it was a ton of fun seeing the results that came with its finalization. However, in this case, I wanted to try and put my own haunted spin on things and create us in the likes of the famous classic horror monsters. As you can see, I have included the likes of Wolfman, the dreaded Count Dracula, the Mummy, the Fish Creature, as well as Frankenstein. I'm using what I like to call a panel method, which is basically just posing each character within a panel so as to be able to easily identify them. It really helps me to organize everything. Not only that, but it looks polished in the end. So for each panel, you'll notice each slot is color themed around the monster. So for example, Wolfman, he has this red-pink kind of color going on in the background. Dracula with his lavender blue thing going on. The Mummy has this golden finish. The Fish Creature has a cyan teal to it. And the Frankenstein with his famous green color. So when it comes to drawing facial features, I usually start out with the eyes. That's because the eyes are the first thing that stands out first glance. I have a tendency to exaggerate the eyes, enlarging them to be bigger and less realistic than typical eyes, which isn't to say I don't know how to draw realistic eyes, but it does allow for my art to be a bit more aloof and more free. So I'm going to pause and shift my focus from the drawing and do some get to know me stuff. So I'm a part-time student currently enrolled in the School of Art and Design at KSU. I'm working my way towards a bachelor's in which I'm hoping to major in digital animation. As far as what I plan on putting said degree towards, I can't exactly pinpoint because frankly I'm not even sure what I wish to do. I have considered Disney, but as ambitious as that sounds, it's not very realistic in that Disney is very hard to get into, especially its animation department. However, it is not completely off the table. Obviously, I love drawing as it's been a part of me since the age of 2, but I also enjoy reading fiction as well as nonfiction books. I do like video games, but I'm not obsessed with them. I mean, I appreciate the artwork and creativity that goes into the video games. One of my favorite video games being Kingdom Hearts, but then again, that's just me being a Disneyac. Speaking of Disney, that reminds me, remind me to upload a video showcasing all of my Disney memorabilia. Because, yeah, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to collecting all things Disney. When I'm not drawing, I'm usually at school or at work, and I work in retail. I have considered starting up an art business selling prints of my own artwork. However, I don't have the necessary funds, nor the time really at the moment to really commit to that. I do customize shoes in which I'll take blank pairs of Vans and draw to the liking of the client. However, if I'm being honest, I've lost track of how many shoes I've done. I actually may upload a video solely, solely dedicated to my shoe business. So I realized just for the sake of time, I'm probably not even going to get to finish this drawing, but it really was fun to just kind of pull this drawing up and just kind of show you what my process is and kind of what I see throughout the process and what it is I do behind the curtain. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm really sorry we have to cut it real short. Again, I'm sorry this video was so long and pandering, but I just wanted to really get my content out there because it's always been a goal of mine to start a channel so as to get my name out there. I know this is only my first video, therefore I'm not really expecting a huge turnout, but I mean, hey, if it's in the cards, I will definitely see it through. Also, if you liked my video, feel free to comment and share and subscribe and all that jazz. Also, be sure to drop any video suggestions. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram.